What is going on, everybody? So I went to the flea market today, Black Friday weekend. Happy Thanksgiving to all of you. But I have some new vinyl finds that I got today. And my girlfriend even got a few of these at some places that I missed. A lot of people had vinyl today. I went yesterday and there was nobody with vinyl. I went today, there was like over 10 vendors with vinyl at least. So let me just start, I guess. The first one I pulled out was Santana, which I was just listening to right now. This is his self-titled debut album, or I should say, Santana is actually the name of the band, so their self-titled album. Just amazing. The whole album is listenable. You know what I mean? And that's an understatement. The whole album is amazing. So you don't want to miss a track on this record. This record is awesome. One of Santana's best, although Santana has a very consistent library, so I am also going to be on the lookout for more of his records. Even as you went into the late 70s and even the 80s, Santana had some pretty damn good records. So definitely going to keep an eye out for more Santana, but this record's classic. Wading into Evil Ways to open up the album on side one. Savor into Jingo, just jam after jam, and just such groove stuff, man. Like total groove, funky stuff. Persuasion into Treat, Soul Sacrifice ends the album. Just a classic Santana jam. My girlfriend found this one right before we left. Led Zeppelin's Coda, towards their later career. Towards the end, I Can't Quit You Babies on here. We're Gonna Groove. It's a pretty rockin' one. So I'm glad we got this. Is actually only my second Zeppelin album to add to the mix. So let me see what else I got here. Oh, this is a good one. Genesis Three Sides Live. This was awesome. An awesome find. Very, very surprised that we found this. Just so cool when you open it up. So, they opened up the side one with Turn It On Again, Dodo, Abacab. This is in 1982, right during the Abacab era when they released that album, and right, I guess, later after Duke. And so it's in that early 80s period where they were playing all that stuff. But quite a good mix. And side four actually has some unreleased tracks. Paper Late, which is really a classic, but not a well-known Genesis song. You might recall a couple of unreleased tracks are on side four, studio tracks. So this is a must. There's 2 discs, and I believe my girlfriend got this for $1. And I missed it. If I don't know, we split up for like 20 minutes and went to different vendors, and she caught this, and maybe I didn't. I must have skipped over it. So she did awesome today on some albums. I'm kind of going through some of the ones she found. There might be another one or two she found in this here. Let me see what else I got here. Emerson, Lake and Palmer, Brain Salad Surgery. This is a couple albums into their career. This is cool. Kind of opens up. And, not much to say. All their albums are, prog rock, very synthesizer heavy stuff. It's kind of, I don't know. I'm not a huge Emerson, Lake and Palmer fan, but, when you see their vinyls, their albums for $1, I am a prog rock fan. I love jam music. So, it's one of the many things that I love, so I am into it. This is another one of their records. I believe this was their, basically their last classic record, Works Volume 2, and it was so funny. I picked up Works Volume 1 and stupidly thought they looked the same. Works Volume 1 is black, and I was like, oh, I already grabbed this today, and I didn't grab it, so I gotta get Works Volume 1, which is a completely different album. Came out about a year or two. Actually, I think it came out the same year, but just a completely different record. I gotta pick that up. So Emerson, Lake and Palmer, I may have even went over one of their albums in the last videos, I forget. Jeff Beck Group, another really surprise today. from 1972. So this is before Wired and all that stuff. So a Blow by Blow before that. This is the Jeff Beck band, the Jeff Beck group, excuse me. So it's kind of different, I think, than just his different band. You know, John Hammer isn't on here and stuff. You have Bob Tench, Max Middleton, Clive Chayman, and Cozy Powell. So a different band I think he had going on, but some great songs I heard. Going Down on side 2, it opens up. Definitely Maybe. Jeff Beck is on fire on this record, so definitely a nice random find. And being such a huge Jeff Beck fan myself, and haven't really gotten into that album, it was really cool, really nice to hear it on vinyl. Who else do I have here? Oh, this is cool. This was a lot of cool surprises today. The Woodstock album, music from the original soundtrack and more. This is the original, guys. This is it. Lots of discs, 3 discs in here. In fact, it does open up like that. This was cool. I bought this for just a couple bucks, and the discs were in like great condition. I love that. Isn't that so fucking cool? Yeah, man. All right, so yeah, I mean everybody's on here. Sly and the Family Stone, Jimi Hendrix, Jefferson Airplane, The Who. You name them. If they were at Woodstock, they're most likely on here. So Santana's on here. Crosby, Stills, Nash and Young. So basically, like the best songs, like from Hendrix, they put on the Star Spangled Banner, which is cool, and then like Purple Haze and like a jam that he kind of did. So that was cool. Santana, they have the Soul Sacrifice performance, which is dope. Lots of Crosby, Stills, Nash and Young, like 3 tracks from them. Jefferson Airplane, Sly and the Family Stone, they have the whole medley they did, which is like over almost 15 minutes long. So, I mean, there is just classic shit on here from the Woodstock 1969. And I haven't even listened to it yet because I've heard all those performances before, but it's going to be a really nice experience because I know the records look they're in great condition. So I'm really looking forward to that. Just picked these up a couple hours ago. So really good finds today. I found Roundabout last week. Yes, Roundabout. This is Relayer, which came out a couple years after Roundabout came out, and it's a good album. I actually listened to this today. It's progressive rock, you know. It's in the same thing. Hey man, if you heard one Yes album, you know, I hate to say it, you've heard them all, but you know you'll get the picture. At least from the 70s, 80s, Yes is really different, but you know, they're all the same, and they're all awesome, which is cool. So whenever I see a Yes album from the 70s, I gotta pick it up. Gotta pick it up, man. Oh, this is really cool here. The Police. I got their first album, man. Outlandos de Amour. Roxanne is on this. I Can't Stand Losing You. So Lonely. Next to You. I love all these songs. So, I mean, and it's in great condition. Look at, I don't know, I mean, the video, of course, is not in excellent condition, or excellent quality, but this is in excellent condition. Excellent condition. Got that for $1. Van Halen II, got it. It's in okay condition. For $1, I got it. It looks like almost burned here, or something. But I played it, and the disc sounds okay. You know, you hear little pops and stuff, but it sounds good to me. Steve Miller Band, Book of Dreams. Here we go. This is their 10th album, if you can believe it. And in fact, I believe this was their last album during the 70s. And they had so many hits off of it. Airliner's on here. Swingtown is on here. Jungle Love is on here. So I mean, it's almost, you could almost say this was the greatest hits album or something. Really cool cover. I dig it. And I did listen to it a little bit. It's a pretty great album. It flows really well, and I haven't gotten into really early Steve Miller Band. And they, started off as a psychedelic rock band and evolved from there, just like all bands do. And I really have to get into early because I don't know a lot about their early career. Oh, this was such a great find today. Sly and the Family Stone's Stand. Man, I listened to the whole record just before I basically came up here. And it was just such a trip. I've heard it before, but never on vinyl. And got it for $1 today. It's not, the cover looks like it's in terrible condition, but the record sounded great. It's kind of one of their earlier albums, if you just go through their whole span of career, early 70s, and just so funky and just so awesome. And, it really just reminds you of how many bands and groups have stolen their melodies for their songs. Just countless. And I guess while we're on the title of the topic of funk, Gap Band 4. I know some of you may be like, what the fuck, Gap Band 4? But no, man. This is a pretty funky album. Early in the Morning, You Dropped a Bomb on Me is one of the Gap Band's biggest hits. So if you like funk, Talking Back is another good one. I could never get into like ballads that like the funk bands did. Not many of them. Some of them I could. Some of the like Earth, Wind and Fire, I feel like did their ballads really well. But at least the funky tracks, man, at least from the Gap Band, I have a liking to them. And Gap Band 4 was one of their most successful albums, mainly because of You Dropped a Bomb on Me. And that's one of the most popular and well-known funk tracks to this day. George Thorogood and the Destroyers. This is their debut album, if I'm not mistaken. It's got 1 bourbon, 1 scotch, 1 beer on it. And let me see if I can take this out. I haven't. Oh yeah, actually, it looks like brand new. It looks brand new. 1977 it says. So I don't know much about George Thorogood actually, but my brother went to go see him not too long ago. And still said that he shreds, and of course I know all of his popular songs and stuff. So, but I don't know much about him. So it'll be cool to check that record out. This was awesome. A guy actually heard me talking about The Who, and then he tapped me and he was like, hey, and he handed me this, The Who Live at Leeds, and I was just talking about this album like a couple times over the last week, and what an amazing album. Rocking so hard, man. So hard. This album, Young Man Blues, it opens up with, they sound like Zeppelin. Honestly, they really do. The year was 1970, so I mean, they obviously that makes sense. But it's a rockin' record. Live at Leeds, they are on point, and the version of My Generation clocks it in almost 15 minutes. So if you haven't heard that one, let me tell you, it's a classic. All right, these were 2 Kansas albums I got. I got Point of No Return and Monolith, which are both great friggin' records. Amazing. On this one, you got Point of No Return, Dust in the Wind. But those are the hits that you might know. But rockers, man. Point of No Return, you got Sparks of the Tempest, Lightning's Hand, Portrait He Knew. Just so many good songs. And then on Monolith even, which was later in the 70s, you had, 1979, you had great songs still. You had Stay Out of Trouble, which is one of my favorite Kansas songs ever. People of the South Wind is a good one. How My Soul Cries Out for You, great. Glimpse of Home, I mean, it's another great album. And the artwork on the Kansas records were always phenomenal. Always really, really cool. All right, what else we got left here? This was Al Dimeola, Casino. Another, I'm a guitar fan. Al Dimeola really has his own style for real. He's one of the few guitarists, the rock guitarists, progressive rock guitarists that really went towards the flamenco side. Does a lot of acoustic stuff. This album, Casino, is a good mix. It's a good mix of both from 1978. Still pretty early enough to where he was really on point. And my mother taught some members of his family, and I actually was friends with somebody, or still am friends with somebody from his family, and so that's pretty cool. The Beach Boys, Endless Summer. I had to bargain with a guy. I got this for $1. And at first he told me $1. Then I guess he saw me looking at it and like digging it and and he was like, "Oh, I said $4." I was like, "No, you said $1." That album is a compilation record, which is funny. It's like their third compilation record or something. And somebody just said you should name it The Endless Summer, like not Beach Boys Greatest Hits Volume 3 or whatever. And they named it Endless Summer, and that record was like one of the biggest selling records the Beach Boys ever had. They mainly say because of the title, and it has all their greatest hits on it. So that was a good find, and that's in really good condition too for $1. So we did really well today, and there were even more that I didn't show because I'm clocking in at 16 and a half minutes here. So let me know what you guys thought of my finds, and let me know what you guys have picked up recently. I would love to hear about it.